Hey riders, here we go. Tuesday morning, October 24th, I believe. This was supposed to be a how-to video, but it became more of a how not to video. What this one's all about is I wanted to ride with a bunch of ghost riders and show the drafting effect. Some neat little things came up. You're going to catch them all in this video here. I've tried to make this a short one. Busy these days, right? Getting this recorded before I go to work in the morning. So what I did here was set up with, I think, 8 or 9 ghost riders, and I jumped out on my TT bike, the Specialized Shiv. You can also use, I believe it's the Cubarium bike. And I didn't go out super hard. I just kind of thought, let's just go. But I quickly dropped all of my ghost riders. This is a 46-kilometer ride. I'm doing this at 6 a.m. in the morning. And the first time I did this, it took me an hour and 12 minutes. Was this 6? No. This actually might have been This was Saturday morning, actually. Sorry. I started work at 8 a.m. So I was expecting to be off the bike at 10 after 7, try to cool down, have a shower, not overheat, drive 25 minutes to work, do a full day, just doing everything I can, right? So I went out, and at this point, I'm kind of like, okay, why aren't the Ghost Riders with me? Where are they? Why are they falling back? I've said before that they'll always stick with you. I'm just trying to zoom in here on some numbers I'm seeing. So at this point now, the Ghost Riders are a good 50 meters behind me, and I'm not going hard at all. Usually at this point in a ride, I'd be pushing like 300 watts. Now, this is flat, so it is harder to maintain full power, but I was just kind of experimenting with what are these riders going to do if I just keep pulling away? Will they come back? I've split this video up into several little chunks, so it might be a little bit choppy in places, and I'm kind of in a panic this morning trying to get ready for work. We just had our first major snowfall of the year. 15 to 20 centimeters fell in areas. That's, I don't know, 6 to 8 inches of snow. The roads are a mess. It was raining beforehand, so yeah, it's going to be a crazy drive in. Going to leave a little bit early, and good thing is it's not really rush hour for me. And it's country roads. You just don't want to go off those country roads because no one's going to find you, right? So obviously here, I'm just cruising along. Now I'm at 60 meters from my Ghost Riders. And, there's tons of people online. There's tons of little people ahead for me to chase after. Here comes one right now, cruising up and passing. I'm still pushing pretty good power here. So what I'm seeing here is that on the TT bike, on flats, and slight downhills, which this course is slight downhill to flat all the way. There's only 43 meters of climbing in this 46-kilometer course. Yeah, there's one of those little pauses I was talking about. And here we are catching up. And I just want to point this guy out here, HS Long, 1971. Guessing he's 2 years younger than me. Good job, good job. This guy's doing it the right way. Sorry, this rider's doing it the right way. Everyone's a rider, right? Cruising up behind them, looking at this course. Nice to see that this rider is on a TT bike. That's how you do it on this kind of a course. TT bike all the way. Nice work. Looking at the bike, that was probably the Cube bike, I believe. Moving on again. What I want to show here is I'm slowly just creeping away from the Ghost Riders. They're at 94 meters behind me now, and it starts getting real crazy coming up here. I just want to show you something. I was like, what are these riders doing? I wasn't, and look here, I'm stopping. I've shut down, and the Ghost Rider shut down. I'm like, they're just going to stop and wait for me? Very strange. I don't know why this happened. Here, I'm just confused here, riding at like 1 watt per kilo. At this point, I'm barely touching the pedals for me. I do it again. They do it again. Very strange. I thought it was hilarious to capture this on my ride. And so I kind of messed around for a bit here, wondering, what am I going to do? Realizing, not that this is a hard ride or anything here. Look at me. I'm under 1 watt per kilo. That's just ridiculous. So at some point I decided, well, I got to keep moving because I got 46 kilometers to do. Looks like by myself all the way. I must have applied a little bit of power. My rider stands up a little bit, right? And I got to get to work for 8 a.m. and I know I'm not getting off until just after 7. Chores, showers, all that kind of good stuff. So I've moved away. Little quick map view here. I'm actually playing this video a bit slower today because I've chopped it up so much, right? Yep, it's still playing here. So it's just a nice slow map video. I don't know why I took so much of this map here. I apologize for that. Cruising along again. I think I find lots of riders taking nature breaks. Maybe it's flat tires from the thorns. Although this rider is cruising along. Yep, cruising right along. Level 24 rider just ahead of me. Doing their thing. Yeah, we're still moving here. Sorry, folks. It's kind of chopped up more than what I wanted it to be. Now, this point gets interesting here. This is where I start to really put some good distance into me and the Ghost Riders. But what I want to show you is that there's one tiny little hill coming up right ahead of me. You can actually see there's a Strava segment right there. It's just a slight uphill. And you can see that here. I'm going to push out to probably 140 meters ahead of the Ghost Riders. It's coming up right here. Maybe I get more. 141, 142, 144. I've got the downhill advantage on the TT bike. I'm assuming they're just on road bikes. That's my only guess. Watch what happens as soon as I hit the slightest bit of uphill. Which, let's see where the Strava segment actually starts. I guess we're on it now. I haven't kicked up yet. We're just starting to kick up now. Watch that distance. Remember, we were at 143 before. And it just starts coming down, coming down, coming down. So on the downhills and the flats, you can get away from the Ghost Riders. They're going to claw you back on the uphills very, very easy. They pull back 50 meters on me already. Look at them pulling that back. I'm riding at 3, they're riding at 3.5 type thing, right? They're going to pull me back. They pulled back, 80, 90 meters already. And what's really interesting about this is that, and I tried to find the comment. Someone made a comment a while back. I did one of my videos, and I'm pretty sure I used Ghost Riders. And I looked this morning, trust me, where I said, you'll never be able to drop them. And they'll always kind of pace with you. They'll be ahead of you. They'll be behind you. And that was on like an up and down hill course. I thought it was on one of my Piatra courses that I did, one of my sleeper courses. But I couldn't find the comment this morning. But whoever made the comment was spot on. They said that they found on a long downhill course, maybe it was something like this one, that the rider stayed behind them the whole way. And I did comment back to that person that I've seen that happen once before. When I was riding one of the Big Island routes, one of the Hawaii routes anyways, where it was flat to slightly downhill. And in that in that ride I did way back when, I dropped them completely down to, they were 200 meters behind me. And at the time, they reset and reappeared right behind me again. And so it's been so long since I did that ride, and I've told so many people that I'm starting to doubt my own sanity. Like, did that really happen? Like, they just reset at 200 meters, and look below right now. We're at 199 meters. We're 1 meter away. We're at 200 meters. What's going on here? Was Colin lying the whole time? Am I going insane? Did I just make that up in my head? How could that be? It's Rouvy Riders. I don't make stuff up, do I? Whoa. Hey, looks like the team boss, the team director, just brought the entire team back up to visit me. Here we go, folks. I was blown away that I caught this on my video because I thought this video was a disaster with what was going on. Here's my whole team. All the Ghost Riders jumped in the sag wagon, took a ride up to the front, and jumped out back in front of me. And at this point here, look at the top now. Now you can see that beautiful drafting effect I was looking for the whole time. So I'm going to ride with these fellas for a while, guys and girls. And what I want to say here too is that Emily, she was the star of this team. She chased me all the way. She was the workhorse the entire way up to this point. And here she is again. Emily is my main lieutenant on the team. I think everyone else, they're getting traded. They're going to be transferred to other teams. It's just going to be about me and Emily at this point. Frank's hanging in there, but he did nothing to catch. It was all Emily. So at this point, I'm like, okay, this is cool. I'm getting drafting savings. Look at the top, 40-watt savings. So I'm really rolling now. I'm like, okay, maybe this video is worth something. I just can't believe that I caught that reset. Now, if you go back just a little bit, you'll see it went from 200 meters and they all appeared right behind me again. That's what Rouvy does. Um, that's not going to happen on the hills. You're not going to ride them on the hills because if you ride 4 watts, they're going to ride 5. If you ride 5, they're going to ride 6. You're not going to be able to beat them on the hills. On these flats, though, you can. So whoever made that comment way back when, you were spot on. And I remember it happening to me too. Uh, I just couldn't replicate it until today. So I'm with Emily here. And what's funny now is Emily's stuck at riding 3 watts per kilo. And I'm like, come on, Emily, let's go. Let's roll. You're my number one lieutenant. And everyone behind me is riding more power, but they just can't gain on us. So it's like the algorithm's telling Emily, don't ride any harder because you're getting split from your friends. So I'm like dilly dallying, dilly dallying. And you know what? Honestly, I haven't worked really hard on this ride yet. So at some point coming up here, I decide to be the captain and I just take off. They've been sucking my wheel the whole way, anyways. So why not do a little bit more work, right? I mean, yeah, I have the advantage on the TT bike, but they're also robots. They're not real, right? Um, so at some point here, it's coming up real quick. Emily's like 2 meters ahead of me. I'm still getting a bit of draft from her, like 20 watts, but I'm actually probably getting a little bit stressed out about getting to work. So at this time, this would have been 7:04 in the morning. Got to start work at 8. Got a 25-minute drive. Haven't had a shower, so I start getting antsy. I start getting feisty, and right away here, I'm going to take off. Hey, I also wanted to point out this morning here that I did create a Discord channel. You'll see the link at the top of the channel page. It's just started. I have one message in there. I'm hoping the link will allow you in. Um, I'm sure it'll let me, maybe it'll do like an invite or something like that. And then, so here we are passing this rider. Me and Emily still, I guess I hung out with her longer than I thought. I'm pulling up beside her here, and maybe this is where I make my move. I'm like, okay, Emily, you did great. You're getting a raise. Like I said, everyone else is getting transferred, but I got to get to work. So pretty soon here I start going. I'm probably looking at this yellow rider ahead of me, thinking, is there a catch there? Maybe the purple rider. Yeah, not the yellow. Sorry, yeah, it is the yellow rider. It's the yellow rider SSPW. They're a level 16, and I can see them ahead of me here. They're 500 and something, 570 meters ahead of me. And we've got 2 kilometers to go, and I'm feeling kind of ambitious here. So I begin to push. Emily's still sitting at 3 watts per kilo, not really giving me too much here. I think this is actually, the video playback's actually real here. Maybe it's 1.25. Let's stretch this part out a little bit for you. So yeah, the Discord channel's up and running. So click on the link. If it lets you in, great. Maybe it'll send me an invite. I'm not sure yet. I do have another channel for me and a couple of really good Rouvy friends. Haven't sent them the invite yet. Just created it one morning. I thought it'd be a good place to chat about bikes, Rouvy, training, pro cycling, mountain bikes, cyclocross, anything you want. It's going to be pretty wide open. Just keep it cool, and we're all good. I want to see everyone show up there. Oh yeah, also too, I'm on the push for 200 subscribers. It's like awesome. Like maybe I hope I get to 200 after this video. We're at 194 as of me making this video this morning. I appreciate everyone subscribing, liking, commenting. The more it grows, the more videos I can make, the more attention it gets, the more people are going back and watching my old stuff. So yeah, please subscribe. Maybe my goal is 275. That'll be the next big goal, I think. That's my FTP, by the way, 275. So I guess if I want more subscribers, I'm going to have to get stronger. Okay, so here's the point where I make my move. So making my move, and I can see that that rider is 165 meters ahead of me now. I'm pushing 3. Look, I'm up to 4 watts per kilo here. Emily, thank you so much. You're gone, though. See, she's got a gap between her and the other riders behind her. They're all at 60 something meters and she's at 20. So they're not sticking together on these flats. And so here I'm cruising still, 4 watts per kilo. I want to finish strong here. I'm really coming up fast. The rider ahead of me is just taking it easy. They're finishing, coming to the finish. Almost caught them. Probably missed them by 2 seconds. That's it for today, folks. Appreciate you watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Coming very soon.